You called, I think, the play that flipped the season too. And I'm not. By the way, the Bears-Packers game that you called, my goodness gracious. But the play that flipped the season, I think, was the 2-point conversion on Thursday Night Football between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams.
Right.
Because the Rams had that game in the bag.
They did.
And then everything flipped when Rashid Shaheed returns that kick for a touchdown.
Huge.
And then they're 3 and out. They get the ball back, and they march down the field and score a touchdown, go for 2, don't get it. Until New York buzzes in and goes, you know what? I think halfway there, the ball gets batted down, but it kind of looked like it was backwards. And Zach Charbonnet plucks that ball. When did like T-Man, your producer, get in your ear and say, hold on a minute, they're reviewing this thing? Or
Sure.
Walk me through that moment.
Sure, you didn't know whether
calling.
it was a backward pass or what.
Right.
And then Charbonnet, all those guys are taught, if the ball is just hanging out there,
right,
pick it up. And I don't think he even knew at that particular point that was going to make the difference in the game. So there were a lot of things going on. They had to take a look at this thing. It was pure luck. And then, of course, you get at the end of the game, in overtime, the Rams go all the way down and score. Now they've got a touchdown lead. Now what is Seattle going to do? They go down and score. I mean, that was some drive that Darnold led. And then what do you do at that point? Do you go for the win? Do you go for the tie? I forget what the circumstance was in terms of had that game wound up in a tie. But
it would not have gone well for Seattle because the Rams would have won the season series.
Correct.
1-0-1.
Correct.
So
exactly right.
That was a big, huge. And after Puka scored the touchdown to put the Rams up start overtime.
Yeah, that may have, that was the game of the year at that point, and then there were a few other games. I mean, there were about 10 games that could have been the game of the year this year in the NFL.
I mean, for sure.
Wow.
But
that game was so impactful because that's really now you're talking about the difference between the 1 seed and the 5 seed.
And the NFC Championship game could have been down the road here, where next year's Super Bowl is, as opposed to where it was in Seattle.
Correct.
And the Rams and the Seahawks played the de facto Super Bowl. Obviously we're playing the result of what Super Bowl 60 looked like. But that was a huge moment, Al. And I'm wondering, when you were leading up to that game, talking to Mike McDonald, talking to Sam Darnold, did you get a sense that this was a Super Bowl run in the making? Did you get that sense?
Yeah, but both teams were very good. There was no question about that. I thought maybe at that point, maybe the Rams were the best team in the league.
I thought so too.
They still could be, as far as we know. I mean, as things turned out, obviously they got beaten by Seattle. They got beaten by Seattle in Seattle in the championship game. No, I knew we had 2 of the best teams in the league in that game. And it didn't surprise me that either one of them could get to the Super Bowl, which they did. But again, you go back to that 1-5 situation, which is, we had one of those games, San Francisco-Seattle, on Sunday night a few years ago. I mean, you think about it, the 1 seed, 2 games, you get a week off, you get healthy, 2 games at home. You don't have to go on the road again. And the 5 seed is likely to play 3 games on the road. The only time they could play a home game is if the 6 got there as well as them, which almost happened with San Francisco this year. But when you think about that, I think that's what makes it so interesting too. I kind of like this format. People say they should have, if you're the second best team, you should have the home game, whatever it is. I kind of like it the way it is right now. It puts a lot of pressure on the team to win certain games.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.